What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you with another market watch today. Cards in the market always go up and down in value. They always change, constantly, with the game coming through every week with a new meta card or a new deck choice that YGOPaisano players are using to beat the current meta, the previous meta, however you want to see it. We always see cards go all over the place in the market. Cards like Sandmoth from Dark Relations 4, $20,000. Something about this always entertains me, and every time I see it, I always stop in my tracks, and I just smile looking at these cards. So some random guy's like, you know what, Sandmoth, you know what? It's worth about $20,000. 21. I have 18 sales. I have the rep on TCG Player. Something about this always makes me happy to look at. I don't know. Moving forward to the market, though, let's talk about Marine Cess. Now, Marine Cess is getting the full support come October 25th, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are already looking at this set and looking at Marine Cess. We have the Yu-Gi-Oh players also looking at Hakai as well, but specifically Marine Cess, it's pretty good right now. And I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are wondering, is it going to be the new Tier 1 deck? As we move on to the new set in October, we're also getting a new ban list, which is going to definitely change the way we play the game. So the real question is everything going to get powered down? Is KONAMI going to grab those great 2019 Megaton promo cards or 2019 Megaton cards that we got and just start banning them, like just shotgunning them on the ban list? So the cards we just got are not useful? They've done it in the past. Why wouldn't they be able to do it again? And if that's the case, what's going to happen with the deck you're currently playing right now? Well, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are slowly going up and picking up my Marine Cess. In fact, if you called me during the regionals this past week in Knoxville, Tennessee, I said there's two investments I think are great and have great potential. Whether they fall through or not, I don't know, but these are two I'm personally looking at, and here's what I recommend for you. Number one, it's going to be Marine Cess. We don't know if it's going to be good right now, but then again, we don't have a grasp on what is going to be good moving forward in the ban list. So I'm personally trying to grab my whole full set of Marine Cess. And we'll talk about that in a second. The second one is going to be, and I told about this in the past, and you can watch a previous market watch, in which I say Speed Duel OTS Tournament Pack 1 cards. Those are insanely huge, highly profitable, and a lot of people don't have access to them. And if a lot of people don't have access to something, and it's out in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, it either goes up in value immediately, or once the whole meta and the whole market realize, oh my god, I need to get this card, it then goes up in value. So those are my two big hot takes at that moment. Now, looking at Marine Cess, obviously do not buy Prismatic Seahorse unless it's Tier 1, my fellow Rarity Horse. Let's be real about this. At one point, I don't want to buy Marine Cess Seahorse Prismatic, but if it does become Tier 1 and if it's a deck I actually do enjoy, I will do it. it's going to be so stupid. Looking at the other current expensive card in the set, Marine Cess, Coral, and Anemone. It has a $22 market price, which is the same as the current price point, being roughly around $22. Now, I do think that this card is a lot lower than its previous $30 to $35 price point, but still a little bit too high. And the question is, how many of these do you need? 2 or 3? Well, I don't know. But I do know, personally speaking, I need these. And I think the value's going to be going down with the unlimited printing of Rising Rampage coming out soon. We're going to see this card go lower in value once again. So don't go in and buy this right now. Just keep an eye on these prices for cards like Marine Cess, Coral, Anemone. Hopefully that's the word. And then you got Seahorse from Rising Rampage, ultra rare, being around $6, which is near its market price. You got Marbled Rock, which is a secret rare, holding a $5 price point, and it's stabilizing at $5. Now, this is something I do recommend you go in and grab. I'm not sure why people are sleeping on this card. It's a $5 secret rare that's definitely going to be used in the deck. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a $5 secret rare. At least grab 2 of these. You don't need 3, but you definitely need 2. And then you got the special edition promos already being listed. Don't get these promos. Just don't buy them. You don't need to buy these promos. You're going to be able to buy special edition, which you get access to these promos. Or you can trade for them once everyone's opened all the special editions. These cards are going to be going down to dollar value. So don't go in too crazy for these at the moment. But ultimately, if you're looking to get Marine Cess, you're going to need these. And then we have Blue Slug, the ultra rare, being around $4. Which is, once again, not a bad value. Don't go in right now and buy it. Everyone's going to be opening Rising Rampage, and we give it about a week, I would say. A good healthy week and a half. Then we can talk about going in and buying in Rising Rampage to get these Marine Cess cards. And those are the cards that are relatively inexpensive. But one card that's not for Marine Cess is Silent Mining. Coming out the Dark Neostorm with a $37 market price, Silent Mining is a card that you're going to kind of want to keep an eye on. The price point is now not only stabilized, but it's slowly starting to go up from its $37 market price. We're seeing the actual price point hit $38. Now, it wasn't less than, a week, maybe a week and a half ago, we saw Silent Mining at $45. And everyone's like, V, what the, come on, man. it went down a little bit in value because Yu-Gi-Oh! Players were looking at Salamangreats. And those Salamangreat players that were playing Salamangreats were like, okay, I can still play Salamangreat, you know, one Gazelle, but Dimensional Shifter is definitely a card, Nibiru is definitely a card, and I just got a Megaton with 2 deck cores in it that just killed the value. So what do? Do I continue playing Salamangreats with $37 side-up minings? And we saw what happened. The market just dumped these cards on. The value went lower. And now it's stabilized at $37. We're now starting to go a little bit higher, $38. The question is, what's going to happen with sign-up mining? Well, I don't really have an answer for you. I think that's anyone's guess. What's going to happen to sign-up mining? I mean, it could go higher. Marincess becomes tier 1. This card hits 60. It can easily do that. It's a rotor and you pitch a card for it, which can have some good application within a deck. That can definitely happen. Or we could flip it, and Marincess does nothing. And Marincess does nothing. Well, what's going to happen to sign-up mining? It's going to tank in value. That $37 sign-up mining, $38 sign-up mining, it might not even be worth half that if the deck does not take off. It's still something you definitely have to keep into consideration if you are looking to either A, hold sign-up mining, or B, sell, or even buy into sign-up mining. You're going to want to at least factor those in. That the Marincess doesn't do anything, this value drops. Now, yes, we're getting a new Salamangreat card, which is pretty good, actually. But I don't know if it's going to make Salamangreat back on track as it was back when it was full power all over the meta. But the hype doesn't stop there. I mean, we got Mishkis, which, okay, yes, Mishkis is not just being used by Marincess, but we're seeing it used in Pure Thunder. But Mishkis is still a card. And the value of Mishkis has a $10 market price. And it got bought out, and its price point hit almost around $10. And now we're slowly seeing Super Rare Dynamishkis drop down the market as the market's competitively trying to unload these. Recently coming out OTS 1 Pack 7, the Super Rare version of this card is nice to have. And you're looking to play Pure Thunder, you're going to want to play 3. And if you want to play Marincess, well, you want to grab some of these, obviously. But for this high price point, no, it's going to continue to drop lower and lower in the market. So once again, wait on this card. It came out as a common, no big deal. Play the common versions for now. And then you'll be able to buy Dynamishkis. Probably went around $4 to $5 at most. We also have Totally Awesome, maintaining a relatively decent price point, but not maintaining for long. Looking at Invasion Ventures version of Totally Awesome, the market price has this card at $15.50. But then we go ahead and we look at Unlimiteds, and they're on the 14s. First edition versions are stabilizing, as they currently always will be, roughly around the same price point, but how long will it be, you think, before the Unlimiteds go so low that it drags the first edition value down? I'm going to say not long. And looking at the 2017 Megaton versions, they're barely holding on to their $14 price points. I'm not saying Totally Awesome card you definitely don't need. This card's an amazing card. You obviously do need it. And Marincess is definitely a deck you can utilize it in. There's other decks, of course, that you can do it in as well. But the value is still too expensive with Totally Awesome. A card on which price points were stable for roughly around $10 for a good amount of time is now got bought out and is now just slowly coming back down. Ronin Totem from OTS Tournament Pack 4, though, is doing some weird things once again. With a $6 market price, we're seeing the card barely hold on to $5. And I think Ronin Totem's a super rare that, once again, if you're looking to go Marincess and you do want to get it max rarity, that's totally fine. But buying it right now is just not the right way to do it. Unless you get these cards for dirt cheap prices, I just don't recommend it. And Totally Awesome is another card I just don't recommend you going in crazy for. But you know what I do recommend you going in if you could grab it just in general? Swafrog. Swafrog has 2 printings. Seriously, 2 printings. One is this gorgeous looking OTS 1 Pack 3 Ultimate version of Swafrog. Has an $87 market price, and you get it at a clean $89 to almost $90 for Swafrog. Clean, discounted price. Or you can get the Stardust Overdrive. Stardust Overdrive Swafrog. The little fun fact about that set, it had key cards in like Majestic Star Dragon, Ultra Christia, which doesn't see play but is a gorgeous secret rare, a Dark Samorc, Fortune's Futures, Guardian Yados, Fortune's Future that just got a reprint, just got a reprint, but we didn't get Swafrog. Just think about that for a minute there. Swafrog, which has been seen play sporadically throughout the past couple of years. And Fortune Future gets the reprint because Konami's selling a new Fortune Lady set that looks nice. I like it. I like the way it looks, but is it good? No. Divine Grace Norhuemco, Earthbound Immortal, Explosive Magician, which also got a reprint. What's happening over there? Like, do you guys keep forgetting about Swafrog? Is that a thing where you go, okay, I gotta go to groceries, I gotta get milk, eggs, soda, and every time you go there, you just get milk and soda, so your breakfast is just terrible in the morning, Konami? Like, what are you doing? You're forgetting this card. You made how many reprint sets already? Like, Dual Power, Megatins, we have Dual Devastator. Are you gonna skip this card and Dual Devastator? This card? Anyway, looking at Swafrog, OTS 1 Pack 3, with a cheap price. I mean, it's barely gonna break your bank at about $90 for ulti. And if you're gonna get one, you might as well get three, let's be honest. Or you get the common version, the common Swafrog. Remember, it's common, so it's not that much, right? $2 market price. And if you get a Lightning Plan Unlimited, it'll run you about $2. If you get a first edition version of Swafrog, first edition version is gonna run you almost near $3 with shipping included. Why is it not being reprinted already? I just don't like it just hit me like a brick about Swafrog. Moving forward though, there can only be one printing of Swafrog. I'm not joking. There's gonna be one in Extreme Force, $11 market price. The price of this card's roughly around $15. If there's one thing about Konami that they do really well, besides like forgetting other cards like Swafrog, is actually just looking at cards that are floodgates, like there will only be one, and printing it to death. I mean, we saw what happened with Anti-Spell Fragrance. We saw what happened with a bunch of other main floodgate cards that Konami just said, okay, we'll leave it out for a while, go crazy, and then in the next 5 sets, we're just going to throw that bad boy in there. I don't care if it's common, ultra rare, secret rare, prismatic. I don't care. It's going in there. So looking at there going to be one from Extreme Force, I think we're going to see a similar thing. So right now the card price point is roughly around $15. And I own 3 they're going to be ones. My shop, I actually had some as well, and I sold all of them. I think I have one left, probably. I sold every single one of these copies of these cards, because I don't want to have any one of these cards, because $15 for a card, Super Rare and Extreme Force, is an insanely high price that's obviously going to be on a card that's going to get reprinted. It's just going to get reprinted. And I just won't recommend you hold on to this card. Sell it. Seriously, you're not going to get more than this. And let's say this go up to like $30. Really? Really? Did you see that $30 spike coming on Super Rare from Extreme Force with another reprint set, Dual Devastator coming up? I just don't think so. And this card is going to be reprinted as fast as possible, so sell it right now as fast as possible. No Material was a good card. In fact, it was a good hand trap. And maybe this is Konami's way of saying, hey, listen, we can show you a great hand trap, which is No Material, which is a pretty good hand trap. And then we bring on Nibiru, which is a better version of No Material. No Material locking your opponent's board is pretty cool. Nibiru is just going, oh yeah, when you bring out LP, I'm going to put this card on the board and just clean everything you did. Erase your homework. You have 2 cards in hand? Alright, proceed with your game state. Token holder. Like, it's just so dynamically different. And with that dynamic difference, we saw a card like No Material go from a $35 price point when, like, Combo was the deck, and it technically still is, but not as prevalent as it was a couple of weeks ago, holding a $23 market price, and its real price point for unlimited versions are about $18. Now, if you want a first edition version, it's still around $20, which is nice, but nevertheless, it's still underneath the $23 market price for No Material. This is a nice card that you need to sell, basically. Unless you want to hold this card and it just looks really nice, it's just not needed. Especially with Nibiru out and about. Nobody's running this card when Nibiru is a card in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, if Nibiru didn't exist, this would be a lot more than what it is worth. But being the fact that we have Nibiru, sorry, No Material, you're just not good enough. Trickster Corbin is another card that was recently played by Justin Singh. Deckerfox is on this channel at the Knoxville regionals. He went undefeated with that deck. Pure Orcus running Tricksters and using Corbin. Well, I'm not sure if this is the direct correlation, or there's Yu-Gi-Oh! Players going, hey, you know what? I'm just not going to put Corbin in the market. People are just buying in what little copies there are from this Ultra Rare and Savage Strike, which, let's be honest, needs another reprint, which is not going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. But looking at Trickster Corbin, it has a $4.80, 70-cent market price. And then when you look at it, it's almost there $6 for Corbin. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are definitely buying it. It's a one-of needed. That's it. No one's buying 3, but yeah, it's just kind of neat of a card. Cash Striker Levianer is not kind of a needed card. Cash Striker Levianer holding a $37 market price. Unlimited versions are barely holding on to $33. First edition is just the same. It's about $34, barely holding on to that as well. On a card like Capture Dragon Levineer that was going all over the place because it didn't get repeated in 2019 Megatons, this card is now tanking in value. It is tanking. And I think the card's still amazing. I think the card's absolutely still broken. But being the fact that this card's not seeing as much play, are you holding yours? Comment down below. Make that comment question of the day. Who's holding on to Capture Dragon Levineer? It's a great card still. Then we have the Evolution Pill. That has viewer version. So let's look at the other version. Oh wait, the other version from Speed Duels. This is absolutely not the same as the Evolution Pill. Why are they correlating both of these? Is it because the name sounds familiar? Because TC Play can't fix this? I don't understand why. But looking at the Evolution Pill, somehow, because of the version that came out in Speed Duels Scars of Battle, Double Evolution Pill, which used to be like $12, you see here with an $8 market price, is actually barely holding on to $6 in the market. Now, I don't personally play dinosaurs that much. I really don't. If I do, I would play like a combo dinosaur deck. But, with that said, I don't, unless Double Evolution Bills gets a reprint, this card's going to go back up in value. Like, how hard is it for you players to make dinosaur decks good? You know, like the player that went second place with dinosaurs at the Knoxville Regionals. Deck file is going to be on this channel, by the way. Hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. But yeah, like, why is this not a thing? Why are you players not seeing this and grabbing double Evos? Keep an eye on this card. If you don't have any, you might want to pick it up because it's not going to be stay around 6 for long. Then we have Invocation, which is just kind of going up all over the place. I mean, the market price of the ultis are showing it going down, but Invocation in general is just kind of stabilizing. I mean, ulti Invocation used to be 25. That is at least what I paid for mine when I got my one copy for my Prank Kid deck. But looking at it right now, it's actually 28. After that one's gone, it's 29, and back up to $30 for an ulti Invocation. You got Fusion and Force Invocations, the secret versions, stabilizing at $11, almost near $12, and even the super rares are stabilizing roughly around $7. Keep an eye on Invocations if you don't have any as well. They might be going up in value really quickly. Another card like you players forgot about is Magnet Reverse, coming out of Duelist Pack Rival of the Pharaoh. This card really rarely sees any kind of real play. But with that said, the very time it has seen play, it spiked in value. Like, tremendously spiked in value. It's a solo print card coming out of Duelist Pack Rival of the Pharaoh, by the way. For the $4 market price, the value of this card is roughly around $4. Not only this card, but also Anti-Magic Arrows from Duelist Pack Battle City. Solo print in Duelist Pack Battle City, by the way. Has a $6 market price, and we're seeing it roughly around $4 to about $5, barely on the 6. This is another card that everyone just forgets about. It might see play at one event, one time, there's one deck, goes up a little bit of value, and then quickly dies back down again. Now, I don't know if these are going to be any good of cards. I really have zero idea. I don't know if Konami's looking to print any of these cards. I mean, looking at Duelist Pack Rival of the Pharaoh, when was the last Magician printing, or Dark Sanctuary, or any of these cards, really. Duelist Pack Battle City had Spear Mode being reprinted. Yeah, that's it. I mean, a lot of cards were, for the most part, in their defense, were being were already reprints. Dark Magician Girl as well and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I don't know. I think these cards like Anti-Magic Arrow and Magnet Reverse is really good, and nobody's really looking at them right now. And that's probably the best time to go in and grab these cards. Then we have Cyber Dragon Infinity. I talked about the other day about Cyber Dragon Orcus probably being the best deck in the meta. We don't have to define this is the best deck in the meta because the meta is constantly shifting. But if I had to choose one deck and say this is the best deck in the meta, I personally would choose either Pure Orcus or Cyber Dragon Orcus. They both have a ton of plays, but they both are trying to do the same kind of thing. Where Cyber Dragon Orcus are just going a different route in order to control the board, it's still Cyber Dragon Orcus with Orcus. And Pure Orcus is not only just trying to control the board, but trying to do it as efficiently as possible. We'll look at Cyber Dragon Infinity, a card in which is used in Cyber Dragon Orcus combo. The value of the secret version of this card from Breakers of Shadows is about $5.70 in the market. Unlimited copies are almost near $6, and first edition copies are roughly around $10. After those two are gone, by the way, the price point hits near $15 for Cyber Dragon Infinity, which is a huge discount when this card first came out, when it was roughly around $100. If I didn't remember that crazy card price. Now, it did get reprinted, of course. You can get the Breakers of Shadows version, which I just mentioned the price points. You get this, the Ultra Rare from Legendary Dual Dragon decks, which is about $5, $4 to $5. You can get the Secret from the Megatins, which is about $5 as well. So it's up to you which version of this card you want, but it's at a weird price point right now with Cyber Dragon Infinity, and I think moving into this weekend, looking at the meta and seeing what decks do see play, I think it's kind of obvious that Cyber Dragon Orcus is going to be one of those decks, and then we're going to have to come back and take a look at this card and take a look at the price point to see if it's the same still or it's changed. And the last card is Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This card is the spiciest tech out there. If you guys don't know what Shadow Imprisoning Mirror does, negate all dark monster effects activated on the field or in the graveyard. This card's insane. I mean, if you're a deck out there and you're having problems with like Thunder Dragons, what not better of a card than Shadow Imprisoning Mirror? I mean, it's pretty good. It's not a be-all, end-all card, but it's a card that lets you control the board, and I think that's where this card kind of belongs in. If you're looking to play against Orcus, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, you know, especially when they activate their Orcus monster effects that say specifically you can only special summon dark monsters after this card effect's activated, like cards like Harp Horrors that's stipulation. Well, you flip a Shadow Imprisoning Mirror up and you go, alright, have fun with that. I think Shadow Imprisoning Mirror is insane. It's a really good card, and a card that we might see more play moving forward in the future. Well, Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, the highest version, is from Duel Terminal 7. With a $3.30 market price, we're actually seeing that version hit almost at $4. Now, that's for this, once again, Shadow, the Duel Terminal 7 one. There's other versions that come out in Turboback Booster 2, which is like $1, and a bunch of commons all over the place. But for real, though, the money one is going to be in Duel Terminal 7 with 31 price listings. Now, as far as how many walls that we're looking at, page 1 doesn't have any. Looking at page 2 on TCG Player, we got 7 wall, almost near $5. 6 wall at $5. You want to include it? 7 and 6 walls are like 2 play sets. 5. You got 10 wall when the cards almost near $10, about $9.50. And that's it. The page 4 ends with it being at $10. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a be-all, end-all card. I don't know if it's going to see any kind of meta play. I'm not even sure if you can even consider this card. But it's definitely food for thought when you're looking at the cards to stop the current meta, and depending what deck you're playing. And if you need a nice floodgate, you know, that's not $15. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror might be your card. Anyway, Paisano, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Comment down below. I read every single one of your comments. And if you guys want to buy any of these cards I showed today, or just buy any cards on TCG Player, click on the link in the description. Check out, go on TCG Player, and just buy those cards. A certain percentage goes to help support the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. It's your boy V, and you Paisanos have a great day.